11 News starts with breaking news.
We are following several breaking stories at noon. First, former presidential candidate Herman Cain has died from coronavirus. He had been in the hospital since July 1st. Cain attended President Donald Trump's rally on June 20th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. He was 74 years old.
In this tweet, President Donald Trump raised the question of delaying the November election. The president, by the way, has no authority to delay the election. That is up to Congress. Lawmakers from both parties said this morning there is no likelihood the election will be delayed. The president sent out that tweet as Vice President Mike Pence makes his way through our area.
Yeah, he has two campaign events in western Pennsylvania, beginning in Greensburg. Channel 11's Melanie Gillespie joins us from Greensburg City Hall.
Well, we're here waiting for Vice President Mike Pence to speak here in Greensburg, all a part of a campaign stop and one of two stops he's going to make in the area today. You can see behind me the people starting to line up and sit down here. This group is expected to be about 250 people to be allowed in. Today is a Cops for Trump event, and Pence is expected to deliver remarks showing support for the men and women serving in law enforcement. He's speaking right beside the Greensburg Police Department here in a parking lot right on Main Street. Now, Public Works and police are expected to shut Main Street down while he's speaking, so you may want to avoid this area until about 1:30. Now, this is one of two stops for Pence today. He's also going to be stopping in Somerset. He's expected to be there at about 2:30, and he's stopping at Guy's Chemical Company to talk about jobs and talk about job growth. We'll have much more coverage from this event in Greensburg coming up tonight at 5. Reporting in Greensburg, I'm Melanie Gillespie for Channel 11 News.
Vice President Pence's Cops for Trump event happens just as a Black Lives Matter rally is ending. About 100 people showed up for that rally at Greensburg's St. Clair Park. Organizers say it was an event where all rights were respected and that they will vote in leaders that reflect the best of every kind of American.
A live look now. A private funeral service for U.S. Congressman John Lewis is underway right now in Atlanta. Former President Bill Clinton remembering Lewis right now, and former President Barack Obama is expected to deliver the eulogy. The service is at the historic Ebenezer Baptist Church. The civil rights hero and longtime congressman died July 17th. He was 80 years old.
And more breaking news. Police in Uniontown tell us they're looking for a teenager who they say killed a 15-year-old boy. The victim was shot on Lenox Street around 9:30 last night. His name has not yet been released. In the past hour, Uniontown police told us the 17-year-old suspect will be charged as an adult. We're working to find out more about the victim and the suspect. You can look for developing details tonight at 5 on Channel 11 News.
The Allegheny County Health Department just released an update on new coronavirus cases and says it's learned of 132 new cases since yesterday at noon. The youngest patient just 9 months old. The test results date back 2 weeks, and there were also nearly 24 people admitted to hospitals in the past 24 hours. The health department is also reporting another death, a patient in their 60s who died earlier this week.
Sun and clouds right now, and there's a chance for showers developing later this afternoon.
Meteorologist Jessica Faith has been pointing the timing in Severe Weather Center 11. Jessica?
Yeah, we're actually seeing more cloud cover. More of that cloud cover grew into the early afternoon, moved in from the west, and we're not seeing really rain right now in our area, but if your eyes venture off toward the west, we start to see a few showers sparking there, and we do expect rain coverage to increase as we go into the afternoon and evening hours. Scattered to numerous showers, a few isolated thunderstorms, no severe weather expected. If you're headed outside anytime soon, maybe about to grab a bite of lunch, you're good to go. Again, no rain right now, but we are on the cloudier side. You can leave the sunglasses. Temperatures warming up, though, in the 80s for most spots, including 81 degrees in Greensburg. How warm are we going to get today and as we go into the weekend? And do we expect rain this weekend? More of those details coming up when we return.
All right, thanks, Jessica. A construction worker fell into an unmarked mine, and now there are big concerns about the safety of the road. The mine runs under. Right now, a section of Painters Run Road at Scott Township and Upper St. Clair is shut down. Channel 11's Mike Holden has new information on what's being done to make sure the road is safe.
Crews are now investigating and working to fix this issue right here behind me after the worker fell into the mine. That worker is going to be okay. However, people in this area have questions about the safety of the road. It is yet another big adjustment for drivers along Painters Run Road in the Upper St. Clair area. A portion of the busy roadway closed down just after another section reopened yesterday. The section just west of the intersection of McMillan Road shut down after crews found an unmarked underground abandoned mine there. Allegheny County Public Works confirms a Northeast paving construction employee doing drainage work near the road fell about 5 feet into the ground. They were luckily not hurt and the road was not damaged. Officials say they are working to determine exactly what's wrong, checking on the stability, ultimately fixing it, and making sure the area is safe before they reopen to all through traffic.
Yes, the road is safe in that area. We have the area closed that we are concerned about, and we were assessing that road at this time. We will be doing some additional paving moving forward.
Now, other already scheduled work right here along Painters Run Road will continue. In the meantime, I'm now checking in with officials to ask them what happens next and tracking the community impact for Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Reporting in Upper St. Clair, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
For the first time in months, families can once again visit their loved ones at a Westmoreland County nursing home. According to our partners at the Trib, visits resumed this week at Westmoreland Manor in Hempfield Township. They take place under an outdoor tent. Certainly a lot of emotional reunions there for sure. There are nearly 400 residents at that home, and they have been quarantined since March. The United States has reached a tragic new high with more than 150,000 American lives lost to the coronavirus. The country is now averaging nearly 1,000 deaths every day. And there's new research looking at the potential long-term effects of the virus. NBC's Tom Costello has more on the growing impact of COVID-19.
The situation in the 3 most populated states is described as dire. California, Texas, and Florida, each marking record high average daily deaths this week. In hard-hit L.A. County, some on the front lines are demanding better staffing and more protection. Now, a medical association that represents nearly 200 medical schools in the U.S. and Canada is warning that without urgent action, the death toll could skyrocket well into the multiple hundreds of thousands. Among the group's proposals, increasing the availability and accessibility of testing and establishing a nationwide standard for face coverings. The group also recommends national criteria for K-12 school reopenings. Education Secretary Betsy DeVos says how schools reopen must be decided at the local level.
There's not a national superintendent, nor should there be. Therefore, there's not a national plan for reopening.
It comes as a new study is looking at long-term side effects of COVID-19. A survey of more than 1,500 so-called long haulers reveals dozens of symptoms that persist weeks or even months after patients recover, including fatigue, body aches, and difficulty concentrating.
I feel like I'm still in this kind of mental fog.
And as drug companies search for treatment options and work to develop a vaccine, Dr. Anthony Fauci is warning about a widely shared video, even shared by President Trump, in which doctors touted hydroxychloroquine, a drug the FDA has cautioned against using to treat the coronavirus.
The only recourse you have is to be very, very clear in presenting the scientific data that essentially contradicts that.
Meanwhile, another member of Congress has tested positive. Republican Louis Gohmert of Texas, often seen without a mask. Without basis, he blamed the facial coverings for his diagnosis.
When I have a mask on, I'm moving it to make it comfortable, and I can't help but wonder if that, puts some germs in the mask.
Representative Gohmert says he does not have any symptoms, but now Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi is insisting that everybody in the House, staff and members of Congress, must wear a mask. I'm Tom Costello in Washington. Back to you.
We're hearing from parents concerned about their children going back to the classroom. During a virtual meeting last night, Pittsburgh public school officials spent more than 2 hours reading public comments from teachers, students, and staff.
Now is the time for PPS to make use of outdoor spaces for teaching and learning. Outdoor learning solves some of the problems they are facing.
Furthermore, look around the room at your colleagues right now. Oh, wait, you can't. You're on Zoom. How can you ask us to go back into our buildings when you aren't even holding board meetings live yet?
The board has a special meeting tomorrow, and they're set to take a vote on how to reopen.
We are getting a look at the new safety rules that student athletes are going to have to follow. The PIAA says athletes will not have to wear masks if they are playing, but masks will be mandated for players and coaches on the sidelines. Handshakes and high fives are out, and no fans will be allowed. The Athletic Association also says high school fall sports will continue unless the state objects.
Football means the world to me, to be honest, if you're trying to do it for my family. You get an opportunity like this, it's like, yeah, take it, man. Just keep working, I love the game.
Football season is scheduled to start August 28th, and games will definitely have a different sound this year. That's because there won't be any spectators. Marching bands will not be allowed to attend the events either.
New at noon, first-time unemployment claims rise for the second week in a row. More than 1.4 million Americans filed for first-time benefits last week. Some 17 million have filed for benefits for 2 or more weeks in a row, and this comes as that added $600 per week is set to expire tomorrow. Congress is deadlocked on whether to extend the benefit. You can get your answers to questions about unemployment compensation. The State Department of Labor is holding a virtual town hall meeting starting at 1 this afternoon. The live stream will be up on the department's website.
The U.S. economy just had the worst quarter on record, plummeting 9.5%. With everything going on, we knew it wasn't going to be good.
A new report shows the sharpest downturn since the 1940s. Serena Marshall takes a closer look at the numbers.
This report is from the second quarter of the year and shows the sharpest decline in modern American history. It's an unprecedented collapse in both speed and severity, and is unlike previous recessions, a result of a public health crisis, the nation shutting down in April to prevent the spread of the virus. This historic drop, even with many states beginning to open in May. Now, as the pandemic appears to be getting worse, unemployment claims have risen for the second week in a row. There are no signs of a rebound as the virus continues to spread and spike. Yesterday, the chairman of the Federal Reserve warned that rising cases have threatened even the modest recovery.
While recent labor market indicators point to a slowing in job growth, especially among smaller businesses. A full recovery is unlikely until people are confident that it's safe to re-engage in a broad range of activities.
And as that $600 supplemental unemployment benefit expires tomorrow, this devastating report may be the fire needed to push lawmakers towards another COVID relief deal. Reporting from outside Washington, I'm Serena Marshall, Channel 11 News.
We're hearing from business owners who want more information from the state. They want proof bars and restaurants are to blame for the spike in coronavirus cases. Channel 11's Jillian Hartman spoke to business owners who question why state officials are keeping quiet.
Well, a lot of bar and restaurant owners are demanding to see proof that their establishments caused a spike in COVID-19 cases. The owner of House of 1000 Beers here in Warrendale tells me he's not taking the state or county's word for it any longer.
You have to wonder why. That if you have data and you have good data and you're hurting people's livelihoods and you're killing off businesses, why wouldn't you want to release the data that supports your actions?
Where's the proof? That's what several owners want to know, including the co-owners of the Oven in Wexford.
Where's the transparency? And if there's not going to be any, why not?
Owners feel they aren't getting a fair shake and want a better explanation on why Allegheny County and the state tacked on more restrictions.
And I would love to see proven data that restaurants and bars are specifically responsible for the spike in coronavirus.
Something tells me if you're withholding of information, it might just not be there.
But the state says the data is there. Last week, Secretary of Health Dr. Rachel Levine says they have specific granular data, but will not release it. Instead, she explained the reason for the targeted restrictions.
The increases are trending towards younger populations, so individuals that are 19 to 24, individuals in their 20s, 30s, 40s, that are particularly congregating in groups and particularly in restaurants, bars, nightclubs, etc.
Allegheny County, on the other hand, has some information available. The county has released weekly contact tracing data to show where people may have been exposed. The number for bars and restaurants continues to be significantly higher than other activities. But struggling restaurant and bar owners want more details.
You need to tell us what the numbers are, and if not, why you're not going to show them to us.
In a press briefing today, Dr. Deborah Bogan said they've released what they can so far, but will not release specifics.
We will never release individual level case data because that is private, confidential, HIPAA-related data. We provide the summative data that we've reported out, and we'll continue to report out to you as we do our case investigations.
Jillian Hartman, Channel 11 News.
Congressman Guy Reschenthaler is in self-quarantine after another congressman tested positive for COVID-19. Reschenthaler represents parts of Washington, Westmoreland, Fayette, and Greene counties. He plans to be in isolation for 14 days. He says he may have been exposed to the virus Tuesday at a House Judiciary Committee hearing with Texas Representative Louis Gohmert. Gohmert tested positive yesterday. He's been criticized by colleagues for shunning masks on Capitol Hill. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi has now made face masks mandatory for all members and staff on the House floor. She says members who don't comply can be removed from the chamber.
8 people have been charged with federal crimes following the riots in downtown Pittsburgh on May 30th. They are all from the Pittsburgh area. Police say the crimes include throwing IEDs and bricks at police officers, hitting police horses, and setting police cruisers on fire. Each suspect faces anywhere from 5 to 30 years in prison. Fox Chapel will create a committee to look at its use of a word that many say is a racial slur. The group will examine the impact of the word squaw. It's featured on streets and trails in Fox Chapel, along with a park at O'Hara. Last month, a petition was started that called the word a slur against Native American women, and it asked the names be removed. Weeks later, an opposing petition claimed the names represent history and can be of educational value.
Release.
The third Mars mission in 2 weeks is now underway. NASA's newest Mars 2020 rover, Perseverance, launched from Cape Canaveral this morning. The $2.4 billion rover is expected to land on Mars in February, then spend about 2 years searching for evidence of life there. If all goes according to plans, the samples collected by the rover should arrive to labs on Earth by 2031.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
We're still looking pretty dry. First half of the day, we've been pretty dry. Good bit of cloud cover in place. Now, if we look farther to the west throughout portions of Ohio, getting a widespread rain and periods of heavier downpours. And that's what we're looking to have as we go later into the afternoon and evening hours. So within the next 30 minutes or so, going into the next hour at 1 o'clock. A few isolated showers could move into our area, still looking mostly dry. Into the late afternoon hours, we're starting to see more coverage by this time. 5 o'clock, you could be on your evening commute home, could run into some wet roadways. Keep that in mind. Kind of spotty, scattered to numerous, so not widespread. Not everyone is going to see rain, but better chances come even into the evening hours, especially south of Pittsburgh, toward Morgantown. Could even have heavier downpours and even a few thunderstorms, isolated thunderstorms, so not everyone is going to hear rumbles of thunder. But if you do, remember when thunder roars, go indoors. Also with those thunderstorms, it could include periods of heavy rain and also frequent lightning and also gusty winds. So that's what we're looking forward to. No severe weather is expected, though. Still possibly hearing the pitter-patter of raindrops as we go into the overnight hours. If you're anything like me, that makes for great sleeping weather. Waking up in the morning looking mostly dry. There could be a lingering shower or two into the afternoon hours as well. Could see an isolated shower, but notice tomorrow afternoon as we're wrapping up the work week here, good bit of cloud cover still in place. We could actually have some peaks of sunshine, but the thing to note is that we're looking to be mostly dry as we go into your Friday. So into this afternoon, we're actually increasing in rain coverage. Tomorrow, decreasing in rain coverage. Flooding at the low end of the spectrum. If we have any thunderstorms, high damaging winds could be an issue. We're also still tracking the tropics. We now have tropical storm Isaias right over Puerto Rico, giving some life-threatening flash flooding in the current track, now moving northwest west at about 20 miles per hour, so it's on the move. It's going to curve going toward the Bahamas around Friday and continue to track through the Bahamas, so they are threatened, and then could hit the eastern coast of Florida by Saturday and then continue to ride up the east coast going into the next week. So we're keeping our eyes on Tropical Storm Isaias. And notice the open circle, so it is projected to stay a tropical storm, not likely affecting us. We do again expect showers for today, a few light showers tonight, isolated showers for tomorrow, and temperatures continue to be in the 80s for the most part. 80s for the high, so closer to average, could be a degree or two above average, but at least we're not in the 90s. We'll take it, especially with the overnight lows nice and mild in the 60s. Weekend always in view, low to mid 80s. Evening thunderstorms on Saturday, showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, and then going into Monday, a high of 83 with showers and thunderstorms still in the forecast.
Because we are not open and we don't have operating costs right now, we're kind of lost in a bit of a limbo.
As many businesses struggle to stay afloat during the pandemic, we found another that is just trying to get off the ground. Channel 11's Michelle Newell spoke to the owners in Garfield about their challenges.
Small business owners are feeling extremely overwhelmed right now and stretched in a lot of different ways.
Jennifer and Mike Onifray are navigating their way through so many obstacles, determined to hang on.
Right now, we're focused on getting the doors open.
Two Phrase Brewery in Garfield was originally set to open next month, but construction had to come to a halt.
It delayed us by a solid 5 months. We had a building that we owned, right? We were paying a mortgage on, and we could not move anything.
The owners are working hard to open their brewery later this year.
We're going to kick off with six beers, really primarily really targeting the porter.
There will be outdoor space, options to buy canned beer, and a range of small food items, including vegan and gluten-free snacks.
We need masks for limited numbers of people inside.
The owners are always revising their plan to make sure they operate in accordance to any new COVID-19 orders or guidelines.
We have had to adjust our business plan, financials, and how we will operate. There's going to be a lot more takeaway, of course.
They say they aren't eligible to get any help from the government.
Because we are not open and we don't have operating costs right now, we're kind of lost in a bit of a limbo.
Jennifer is working another job to help with costs, and they are getting other types of support from community groups. Their advice to other business owners who are in the same fight:
be resilient.
Resilient, optimistic.
I'm Michelle Newell for Channel 11 News.
The Pirates have launched a new initiative to support small businesses during the pandemic. It is called Family Forever. The team will feature 6 local businesses throughout the rest of the season. That includes on social media, online promotions, even a free commercial. 6 nonprofits will also be highlighted.
The Fayette County Courthouse is closed following multiple cases of COVID-19. County leaders decided to shut the building down. Channel 11 has been tracking the public buildings impacted due to the pandemic, including the Allegheny County Courthouse. As of this afternoon, here in Allegheny County, it's being recommended to use virtual hearings, as lawyers here in the county have voiced their concerns over their safety.
Allegheny County's District Attorney's Office is working to protect the most vulnerable people. Employees and members of the Pittsburgh Police Department passed out masks to residents at the Alverno Apartments in Millvale yesterday. They also handed out warnings about potential scams targeting senior citizens. With the economy in rough shape and unemployment so high, there is one business that is a real gold mine.
Channel 11's Michelle Chavez spoke with workers and customers at one local business about this boom and why it's happening now.
An ounce of gold like this one is going for over $1,900. Some customers we spoke to say now is the time to sell.
That would be $2,258.48.
That's about right. Yeah.
Dennis Smith is one of several customers who stopped by to sell precious metals since gold prices have been setting records.
Gold is a kind of a safe haven for investors. And really, 4 or 5 years ago when I bought the metal, that was kind of my thinking.
Caitlin Regan, treasure hunt's director, director of operations, says they noticed an increase in customers stopping by since the gold prices started going up.
What we've been seeing now has been more of a gradual rise over the past few months, especially since March.
Back in March, gold prices were as low as $1,491, but this month they reached over $1,967. For silver, March showed the prices down at $12.27 per ounce, but that nearly doubled in July. But customers aren't just selling. Regan says some customers are buying gold
to basically diversify their assets, so not have all of their funds tied in cash if there is some uncertainty with that.
Others hope the price is going to keep going up.
Based on all of the economic uncertainty, they have that feeling that perhaps, it will continue to climb.
But there's also another consideration Regan has noticed from her customers.
A lot of times people theorize that if stocks and the economy, isn't looking great, that metals tend to be high.
And that's why Smith decided it was better to take the cash this time around.
Prices had gone up considerably in recent weeks, and just thought it was a good time to make the move.
Now, if you're considering selling some jewelry you may have sitting around, it's important to note it's very rare to have pure gold. The most common jewelry is made of 10 or 14 karat gold, so the rate will reflect that. In O'Hara Township, Michelle Chavez for Channel 11 News.
The Penguins are set for the playoffs. Game 1 of the qualifying round against Montreal is Saturday night, and the Pens might be ready to unleash their 1-2 punch between the pipes. The Pens starting goalie has not been announced yet, but Tristan Jarry says whatever the decision, they'll be ready.
No, we haven't been told anything. I think it's just taking it day by day and making sure our practice habits are staying where they need to be for Matt and I. I think it's just preparing like we both would be playing, and whoever gets the call on Saturday will be ready.
Coach Mike Sullivan says it will be a difficult decision. He says both Jarry and Matt Murray are competitive guys. We'll have to wait and see who takes the net Saturday night in Toronto.
Post Cereal and Dunkin' are brewing up 2 new cereals made with Dunkin' coffee, and they're set to roll out nationwide next month. The cereals, Dunkin' Caramel Macchiato and Mocha Latte, contain very small amounts of caffeine, roughly 1/10 of a cup of coffee. The Postal Service is starting off the holiday season a little early. It has unveiled 5 new Forever stamps for the holidays. There's also a new Hanukkah stamp and a Kwanzaa stamp that will be available. Issue dates will be announced as the season gets closer. That is all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast comes up tonight at 5.
Thanks for watching and have a great day.
Channel 11 News brings you the latest details.
New statewide restrictions on restaurant capacity.
We brought you the governor's remarks live on the air. Big changes coming within the next few hours.
Watch Channel 11 News at 5 and 6 p.m.